皆さん、こんにちは。Welcome to Nihongo.
In this video, we will learn new Japanese vocabulary list of the Minna no Nihongo Lesson 2. じゃ、始めましょう。これ、これ。それ、それ。あれ、あれ。この、この。followed by a noun. この鉛筆。This pencil. その、その。その本。That book. あの、あの。あの人。That person. 本。本。辞書。辞書。雑誌。雑誌。新聞。新聞。In this word, the N syllable is pronounced as M because it is followed by a B sound. 新聞。ノート。ノート。手帳。手帳。名詞。名詞。Make sure to pronounce the long vowel. 名詞。カード。カード。テレホンカード。テレホンカード。鉛筆。鉛筆。Again, N is pronounced as M because it is followed by a P sound. 鉛筆。ボールペン。ボールペン。シャープペンシル。シャープペンシル。鍵。鍵。時計。時計。傘。傘。カバン。カバン。カセットテープ。カセットテープ。テープレコーダー。テープレコーダー。テレビ。テレビ。ラジオ。ラジオ。カメラ。カメラ。コンピューター。コンピューター。Again, the N is pronounced as M because it is followed by a P sound. Another word is pasokon, short for personal computer. 自動車。自動車。机。机。椅子。椅子。チョコレート。チョコレート。コーヒー。コーヒー。英語。英語。日本語。日本語。語。This suffix is added to a country name. For example, Philippine Go, or the Filipino language, or Tagalog Go, or the Tagalog language. For English-speaking countries, it is always Eigo, or the English language. You don't say Igiris Go or Australia Go. Nan. Nan. Followed by another word. For example, nande, meaning why, or nan desu ka, what is it? Or for asking how many, there are different counters used. For example, nan nin, how many people, nang ko, how many pieces of a round object, and so on. So. In the textbook, it is translated as so in English, but I think it could mean different things depending on the context of the conversation. For example, hey, have you met James? James ni atta koto ga aru? Daru? Who? Ano toko? That guy. Ano ikimen? That good-looking guy? So. Meaning, yes. Another situation is, Kare wa Yuki-san no kareshi da yo? That guy is Yuki's boyfriend, you know? So? Oh, really? So it depends on how you deliver it. It could mean yes, so, or oh, really? So, for this word, I'm talking about the standalone meaning of the word so, but if it comes after a verb, a noun, or an adjective, it has a different meaning, which we will learn in the future lessons. Next, 違います。違います。そうですか。そうですか. So this is a good expression to say when someone is talking to you and they are just telling you a story and you don't really know what to reply or say back to them. Just say, そうですか. そうですか. Meaning, oh, I see. Oh, is that so? あの、あの. It's like saying, or a very shy way of saying, excuse me. For example, トイレはどこですか? Hey, where's the bathroom? This is different from the word ano, followed by a noun. This one is pronounced with a long vowel. Ano, hon no kimochi desu. Hon no kimochi desu. Hon no means mere or just, and kimochi means feelings. It might not make any sense literally, but this is an expression which is a very humble way of saying, oh, it's nothing much, oh, it's nothing, or it's just a token of my gratitude when you are giving something to someone. Dozo, dozo. You say this when you are offering or giving something to someone. Here you are, dozo. Domo, domo. This is the casual way of saying thank you. It could also be used as a greeting like saying hello, domo. But be careful not to say this to someone with a higher rank than you or someone older because you will sound impolite. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou means thank you. So in the previous slide, we learned that domo also means thank you, but it's the casual way of saying thank you, like saying thanks. But here, domo arigatou gozaimasu, the word domo translates to very or very much. Gozaimasu just adds additional layer of politeness into this expression. これからお世話になります。これからお世話になります. Let's break down this phrase. これから means from here on. 世話 means care. お世話になります makes it passive, meaning to be taken care of. So you say this expression when you're hoping for someone's assistance, support, or service for you. You can use this in business-related phone calls. For example, もしもしです。お世話になっております. なっております is the much more polite way of saying なります. If you are new in a workplace, you can say this to your boss or manager. You also say this to your teacher or sometimes to doctors or nurses. こちらこそよろしく. こちらこそよろしく. This is the response to the expression どうぞよろしくお願いします. こちらこそ literally means I should be the one saying that. Now let's review. Let's see how much you remember. これ、それ、あれ、この、その、あの、本、辞書、雑誌、新聞、ノート、手帳、名刺、カード、テレホンカード、鉛筆、ボールペン、シャープペンシル、鍵、時計、傘、カバン、カセットテープ、テープレコーダー、テレビ、ラジオ、カメラ、コンピューター、自動車、机、椅子、 チョコレート、コーヒー、英語、日本語、語、なん、そう、違います。そうですか。本の気持ちです。どうぞ。どうも。どうもありがとうございます。これからお世話になります。こちらこそよろしく。Okay, so those are the words for this lesson. For the grammar explanation of this lesson, next video. In this video, we will learn new Japanese grammar from the Minna no Nihongo textbook, lesson 2. じゃあ、始めましょう。Here are the grammar points that we will learn in this lesson. The first one is これ、それ、あれ. So if you checked out the vocabulary video, you would know that これ means this, それ is that, and あれ is that thing over there. Let's take a look at this example. This is a book. So using the N1 wa N2 des pattern, we can replace N1 with either これ, それ, or あれ, followed by the object you are identifying. 例えば, for example, this is a book. これは本です。これは本です。This is a book. That is a dictionary. So, that is それは辞書. Dictionary in Japanese is 辞書です。それは辞書です。Another example is that is a notebook, or that thing over there is a notebook. あれはノートです。あれはノートです。If you remember from our first lesson, you can change the sentence into a question by just adding か. For example, is this a book? これは本ですか? Is that a dictionary? それは辞書ですか? Is that a notebook over there? あれはノートですか? Now, questions using interrogative word what. What is this? What is that? What is that thing over there? So here, we remove the word hon, jisho, and noto. And for example, we want to say, what is this? So we replace N2, which is the hon, with the word nan. これは何ですか? What is that? それは何ですか? What is that thing over there? あれは何ですか? If you follow the word order, it literally goes like, this is what, or that is what, or that thing over there is what. You can also say これは何? それは何? あれは何? This is the informal or very casual way of saying what is this, what is that, or what is that thing over there. Next grammar is この followed by a noun. この、その、あの. For example, this umbrella is mine. この傘 this umbrella. この傘は私のです. Mine is 私の. That book is mine too. その本 that book. その本も because there's a word too, which we learned in the previous lesson, in lesson 1. その本も私のです. Who is that person over there? Okay, first, let's say the sentence, that person over there. あの人 that person. あの人は誰ですか? Who in Japanese is 誰. Who is that person over there? あの人は誰ですか? Okay, next is the word そうです or the negative form of that is そうじゃありません. そうです means it is, and そうじゃありません is it is not. If you remember, じゃありません appeared in lesson 1.
it is the negative of this. For example, is that a dictionary? それは辞書ですか? If the answer is yes, you can say yes, it is. In the previous lesson, we would answer this as yes, it's a dictionary. But that's the long way of answering this question. To make it simple, just say yes, it is. And to say that in Japanese is はい、そうです. And if it's not, no, it is not. So the long way of saying this is no, it is not a dictionary. いいえ、それは辞書じゃありません. But you can make it simple by just saying いいえ、そうじゃありません. Or 違います. Literally, to differ. This is a more natural way of saying no, it is not. And you might have noticed that the symbol for correct is a circle, and the symbol for wrong is either an X mark or a check mark. This is also one of the things that got me confused at first when I used to teach at school. I would see their test papers like marked with so many circles, and I thought, wow, this student's really bad. But then later on, I realized that the maru or the circle symbol means a check or a correct answer, and the check mark actually means that's the wrong answer. Anyway, just another trivia. Moving on. Next is S1 or subject 1 ka, subject 2 ka, or N1 desu ka, N2 desu ka. It's like saying, is it S1 or S2? For example, is it a 4 or a 9? 4 in Japanese is yon. Yon desu ka? 9 is Q. Q desu ka? Yon desu ka? Q desu ka? For example, your answer is it's a 9. Q desu. Another example, is it black or white? Black desu ka? White desu ka? Black and white is the Japanese English of black, or in Japanese kuro, and white in Japanese is shiro or shiroi. So, for example, the answer is it's black. Black desu. Okay, next is N1 no N2. If you remember from the first lesson, we learned that N1 no N2 means N2 of N1, or N2 is a member of N1. For example, an IBM employee, IBM no shain. Another use or another meaning of this pattern is N2 about N1. For example, book on computers. So here, N1 is computers. N2 is book. So, N1 no N2. Computer no hon. Or it just means computers book, or book about computers. Another example, book about cameras. So same pattern. Camera no hon. Book about cameras, or book on cameras. So, what if we want to say what type of book is it? Book about what? So we replace N1 with the word nan. Nan no hon. And this means what kind of book, or what sort of book. So remember, nan no followed by something means what kind of something. Another meaning of N1 no N2 is N1 owns N2. For example, my book. So here, book is the N2, my is N1. So just say watashi, or I. No, watashi no becomes my. Hon is book, watashi no hon. Another example, Andreas des. Andrea no. Andreas. Andrea no. Des in Japanese is tsukue. Andrea no tsukue. Last example, this is my book on computers. First, let's say this is. これは my in Japanese is 私の. Then, book on computers. So in the previous slide, we learned how to say book on computers. コンピュータの本です。これは私のコンピュータの本です。This is my book on computers. Sometimes N2 can be omitted if it's obvious or not to be redundant. For example, whose bag is that? So first, let's make this into a question using N1 wa N2 desu ka? Are, that, are wa, that is, whose dare no bag, kaban, desu ka? Are wa dare no kaban desu ka? So, if you want to say, it's Miss Suzuki's, so you don't really have to repeat the whole sentence, it's Miss Suzuki's bag. So instead, you just say, it's Miss Suzuki's. So in Japanese, Suzuki-san no, we remove the bag or kaban and just say, Suzuki-san no desu. Suzuki-san no desu. So it's already implied that it's Miss Suzuki's bag. Another example, is this bag yours? Kono kaban, this bag wa anata no desu ka? Kono kaban wa anata no desu ka? This bag is yours? If we translate it back to Japanese, no, it's not mine. Or no, it's not my bag. Iie, watashi no ja arimasen. So because it's a negative, it's not, so we use ja arimasen. Iie, watashi no ja arimasen. However, you cannot omit N2 if it's a person. For example, is Anthony an IBM employee? Anthony-san wa IBM no shain desu ka? Yes, he is an IBM employee. Or, hai, IBM no shain desu. Here, we cannot remove shain and just say, hi, IBM no desu. So because it is a person, so we cannot remove N2 because we are pertaining to a person. So it should be, hi, IBM no shain desu. You can just simply answer this by saying, yes, he is, or yes, that's right. Hi, so desu. Lastly, the expression, so desu ka, meaning, I see, or is that so? For example, is this coffee yours? Kono kohi wa anata no desu ka? No, it's Maria's. Iie, Maria no desu. Iie, Maria no desu. Or, iie, Maria-san no desu. And you want to say, I see. So desu ka? Another example is, that person over there is a student of University of the Philippines. あの人はフィリピン大学の学生です。Oh, I see. Is that so? そうですか。Common Japanese family names. Here are just some of the most common Japanese last names that you might encounter. Sato, Watanabe, Kobayashi, Yamada, Suzuki, Ito, Saito, Inoue, Matsumoto, Nakamura, Takahashi, Kimura, Abe, Tanaka, Yoshida, Yamamoto. So that's it for today's lesson. If you have any questions or clarifications, please write them down in the comment section below. And please subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming lessons. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you.